bomb, but as the push comes out from A, we know it does entail a fast rotation, and Mixwell, he's going to try and get himself onto the stairwell. MBK and Kenny going to be the first to arrive from that position. Good pick from Mixwell. Kenny and Apex, though, have found kills on the other side of the site, and therefore Rush is left in Chicken Coop, last alive, low HP on one, does find it, but can't get the headshot onto Apex. And it's Ian Kenny that will live, survive, and take the round.
Well then, that CT pistol is quite rare, but Liquid started doing that. I think it was Cologne 2016. I think that's when they first started doing it. It might have been Columbus, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But they're the first ones to actually do that one. 2 towards long A, 2 to middle. You're actually hunting for information there, trying to challenge any lurkers towards mid from the terrorist side. If you get one, that's great. 6 at that point, he knows it's going to be a B-side attack. Tries to do what he can and delay them as long as possible. He does a reasonable job. He doesn't get any kills, but he manages to stay alive for a long time. And at that point, EnVyUs are splitting the B-side, hitting their pistol headshots, and no kits, but the time they actually found the opportunity to defuse it was already their round, and we go into number 2 here. No force buy from OpTic Gaming. Mixwell just get body armor, but obviously getting the bomb down. They're going for the AKs in the third, so going towards mid this time. They have a smoke with connectors in the hands of Rush. You'll see that momentarily go towards the connector position, but Apex has spotted them. He's grading these positions, unarmored players in front of him. Can he find a few kills there? Oh, he takes a lot of damage, still yet to frag.
Massive amounts of damage. He's got to turn back and try and find a shot on Stan, manages it. And then the help comes in from his teammate. He actually picks up 2 Apex, considering how low he went, but he gets the help of his teammate to steal some of the aggro, and now Happy walking back in will find Mixwell. It's all down to the Nafly. He's yet to advance far enough to pick up any of the weapons that have gone down, and therefore he himself will do exactly that, fall down and concede the round to EnVyUs, make it 2-0. Now the gun's going to come up early for OpTic on that first round plant. And we got a Galil for Stanislaw to allow a little bit more utility. The rest are on AKs.
Oh, wow.
And armor as well. This could catch off Happy with the MP9.
Well, at this point, like we normally discuss on Cobble, your options are limited in terms of finding frags and doing something a little bit aggressive there. But you can get boosted down towards drop down. Happy will be taking that MP9 towards middle, in fact. He'll be smoking the doors. There are terrorists on the other side as well, so if he times his smoke well, he's not using it at the very start. He's waiting to actually maybe get a small tell, spot a pixel of a gun coming through, then try and delay them. Then the close range battle becomes a lot more favourable for him. He can play on the other side of the smoke when he knows they're committing at that point. Let's see if it works out for him, as we can see Mixwell encroaching towards that mid position.
Mixwell's going to try and pick up the first kill, but Rush beats him to it regardless. It's a good pick, finally, toward this side of the map. Mixwell get Apex. This is going to be wide open. No wrap back in from long as a result. Apex was the only one that could have caught them in a pinch, a crossfire setup. But Kenny fights back in, as always, on an AWP up close, and Rush got to back away from the bomb that's gone down. 2 versus 2. Response not coming in from Rush. It's Naf that gets him from the top and middle instead, and now it's Kenny. AWP in hand. Bomb still down by balcony, but Kenny's going to fight in. Nearly gets that quick scope as well. That's what he's good at. But Naf flies there.
There it is, one of the first gun rounds there. Obviously it's a 3rd round encounter instead of the 4th, after getting the bomb down in the pistol. OpTic Gaming opting to have the AKs and then 1 Galil, I think, as well. Going towards the A side, pretty simple approach from them. Slow default at the start, not really going for map control at that point. Waiting to see if the CDs gave anything away towards long A or mid, and then sticking together, pushing Happy back as well. He tried to make his way back with that MP9, couldn't do it, gets caught by a Rush at the start of the round, and then they just capitalise towards B. A, I should say, sorry, and it's going to be Kenny S trying to do what he can towards the end, but couldn't do it. A force buy, though, from the French side. Apex has only got the UMP alone towards A. There's only 1 rifle, that's in the hands of Happy. It'll be a chicken coop for now. We've seen a lot of plays on this map, and the chicken coop position seems to be overlooked time and time again sometimes. We'll see what happens as we go into round number 4. A big one for OpTic. If they can win this, it's going to be certainly an eco for EnVyUs. Look at the long A control coming in, though. Stanislaw's made it undetected as well. Could just walk on the bomb side at this point.
Stanislaw. Work up the stables. 2 players already in behind the APC on the fast rotations. 1 at the bottom and middle as well. Stan's going to be segregated entirely on his own inside of the A site. Gone as well, and it's not looking good for OpTic. As Mixwell falls to the shotgun, it's all on Naf. They never got a second man inside of A, and even if they had, they were stuck between 3 approaches of CT players holding the perimeter to the site.
That's so sick from Kenny S. We didn't see a hit from his POV, I caught it. And he's just at the PT50, just dinking people all over the place, finds 2 kills as well. And you can see the last player for OpTic Gaming towards drop down, challenging the Mag 7. Mag 7 very strong in that position. MBK is actually a pretty solid player in that area. So there it is, the force buy from EnVyUs. They managed to bring 1 back. And no loss by this OpTic Gaming. It's going to be a force for them as well, but they've only got Tech 9s here. They've got an AK as well in the hands of Rush. 3 smokes, now make it 4. A few flashbangs to work. Let's see if they can do anything about this round. There are still lesser weapons for the CTs. There's a Galil, UMP, and a Max 7 as well, so definitely a chance to make something happen here with the pistols. And Rush, he's going to have to be the one that steps up here with the AK-47.
As well with the Molotov. clear out the stairwell, but that's not where the players are. In fact, Sixers down below that. They find out the hard way, dropping in. They may find out doubly so. Twice they're gonna not find him, and Sixers got another stand! It's Kenny that gets the shot above his head, but Sixers sits in the corner and takes them all.
Yeah, you thought at that point, okay, he's beneath you. No, try again, no, beneath you. Yep. No one gonna check it? Okay, no problem. Sixer gets 3 kills. To be fair, it wasn't like they were gonna do too much of that round regardless, but Sixer should have been going down, I think. So, 4-1 for EnVyUs. We did say it's a T-sided map, and these days it's going to be opting now on a full eco after the force buy in the previous round. Round number 6. At this point, the lesser weapons are more than happy to stay up. Sixer can farm even more cash than he got on the last round. Same story for MBK as well. $900 per kill with that weapon. And as Tarek trying to show some presence towards the upper platform, that I think the majority of his teammates will be heading towards drop down. They have no nades to really do anything with it. Maybe just run through the smoke at this point. See what happens. We'll be rushed to go in first by the looks of things. Maybe now fly. Who knows? Let's go.
MBK wants to try and shut them down, but can't. Flashes in. Happy. Oh, so much damage. So many people in front of him, and they all turn around, unfortunately for him, because overwhelmed in the end, he'll drop down 3 versus 3 on Kenny S. WP watching the arch. Boost back up as well going on right now from OpTic, who need a different approach. And that's unfortunate, because a nade going in is going to take down the booster and the bomb. Stan, lovely shot in the face of Sixer. Nothing like a giant jackass-style punch from a red glove when you walk in through the door. That was just straight in the face as soon as he tried to enter the room.
Yeah, Sixer, they've got the bomb, right? So just make them go to a bomb site, surely. I mean, he tried to end that encounter before it had to. He gets punished for it. Now at 2-on-2. And they have got an M4 and a Max 7 as well. This is possible for OpTic. We have got Apex about to meet Naf here in the B halls. I feel like he's got the advantage. He does, takes him down. And that's with the bomb there as well. So overall, although just a full eco pretty much for OpTic, they managed to get the first kill of the clock, finds a Max 7 as well, then Happy drops in the window, comes down to a 2 versus 1 in the end, but still a little bit closer than EnVyUs would have liked. They managed to save the orb. Money's still decent. You can see Kenny S, even after the reinvestment, he's got over $8,000. Similar story for Apex as well. So this is another big round for OpTic. They don't get the orb out on the T side. It's going to be 5 AKs for them. In terms of utility, we have 5 smokes, a couple of Molotovs as well with flashbangs, and it looks like they're going for more of a default approach on the T side. Going for map control at the start, trying to hunt back and push the CT back to the A sides. Happy playing in danger though. It's normally Apex in this position. They have been adjusting things recently. Let's see whether Happy can actually detect anyone towards long A. They're not going to be committing just yet.
While waiting outside in the tunnels. Good bomb there intentionally. It'll start to suss out some information on either side, because right now the minimap portrays the perfect picture. There's 2-2-1 trying to swing that third man in whichever direction seems more enticing. 3 players default setup for the defense of EnVyUs inside of the A site. A little bit different from what we normally see from teams. It's uncommon to see a 4-1, let alone a 3-2 on B. So this is a little bit different altogether, perhaps reading something into OpTic's game style. 5-1 the score. They desperately need this round, OpTic, to start getting something rolling. There'll be 3 rounds in the loss bonus against them as well, so no bomb plant could be a substantial factor. 3 digits, low 3 digits of money on all 5 players.
Indeed. 30 seconds now. What's the final play? It looks like an A-side commitment, but 3 CTs waiting for them. Very difficult for OpTic, but still possible as they make their way towards the top of mid-ramp. Tarek to frag first, if that's even possible.
Come in, no. Sixers got 1. It's Apex. No, Sixers got 2. Excuse me. It's Apex with 1 in between. Rush finds 1 in return. It's only kill so far for OpTic, and he's going to have to find 4 more if he wants any chance at the round. Has information that there's at least 1 more on the platform, but missing the shot, they start to swarm onto his position, and down he goes. 6-1, no bomb plant, and now we've got the factor where it's got to be another save for the OpTic side.
Yeah, not looking as on point as they were yesterday, OpTic. Running down the timer to 30 seconds without anything really gathered for themselves. Have to just run at the mid-ramp, hope for the best there, but you can see EnVyUs reading it like a book, and not a very good one. They've got 3 players waiting for them on the A side. Good crossfires as well. Very easy procedure for them at that point. I think, yes, OpTic do need to take a pause at this point. They have got 4th stage loss bonus, so after winning that 3rd round force buy, you have to really do anything with the gun rounds here. They've got about 3k overall. Now fly invests. Okay. In a Desert Eagle head armor. They will have 3,400 next round, so partial buy is fine. I'm going to keep the money around the 2k mark. 1,400 is fine. It just means you won't have a full buy in the next one, but we'll see what happens. No nades purchased so far. Tech 9s, PD50s, and 1 Deagle, 1 flashbang. We've actually seen this recently. I never really used to have too much faith in the one flashbang buy, but sometimes it does pay off, you know. You just got to have a bit of timing in your favor.
Aggressive play from Apex to go out toward long. Molotov's a little bit late. One inside of it, two is going to jump around it, and Nafly hits a shot that's going to leave an AK well and truly for the taking over toward that long position, but that goes down to 3. Mix 22, Tarek gone, Rush gone, everyone gone except for Mixwell, who does finally get a kill in return on a Tech 9. Still they have the man advantage in this though, as Happy and Kenny are the only 2 remaining right now for Envy. And it's going to be Happy on top of the platform, looking for the low HP player, spots Naf top mid, gets a gift in front of him, and Kenny's going to snatch that out from under the gun. He'll follow up and take Naf instead. And Stan, who's picked up that AK-47, has armor to work with, needs to try and subtly and slowly work toward the site, doesn't land the first and has to take the threat of the repeat coming out from the second, then as such, EnVyUs pick it up 7-1.
Faster pace from OpTic, not working though. The solid defense of EnVyUs is locking them down. Kenny S, we said he was good on this map, Matt, and he's actually going to have 10 frags and 2 deaths so far. 10k in the bank as well. He's looking very strong. Hasn't really been challenged in terms of AWP battles as of yet. He's rotating to the correct positions. OpTic not really doing too much. I was expecting more executions. I know they've got a lot of great ones towards the B side as well. There's Wall of Smokes. Running defaults for now and some faster plays. There's not really challenging EnVyUs in terms of the fragging ability so far. So, want to play this round, we go into number 9 here. Slipping away from OpTic this game slightly. There'll be Nafly trying to work a pick on the upper platform. He has got 6 out. You pointed it out. Very good on this map as well. Kenny S on the other side. Not a tantalizing prospect for Naf. Let's see whether we can find a frag though.
Nafly in behind the smoke. Flash as he goes in, and that's going to catch him off. Sixer's the one with the shot. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, it's going to be Tarek working up, catching out Apex. Tries to go back through the flames, and there's 3 players there. Stan hits the shot instead, but it doesn't matter. They were all part of the play. Happy's going to rotate back in. MBK aggressive toward the doors, already out the open, and Molotov's going to push him back down to the ramp. Rush can't exactly commit to the peek onto him, though, because that would leave him vulnerable to Kenny's position. But either way, bomb down. Only one man the difference. Watch the slight flank that's coming in from Sixer. This is well timed. They're still looking toward the doorway in the top of mid. He's going to find one. Mix knows he's there. Turns back and finds 2 after getting MBK. 1 HP as he's tagged up in behind the stables. And they don't have an aid to try and get him out of there. They do have flames. They could put it toward him, but it's Mixwell with 1 HP to find Happy as well. Incredible round for the Spaniard as Kenny S now has to try and clutch it. Misses the first shot. Does hit Stan immediately after. He's got a smoke. He's on the defuse. It's 5 HP versus 1, and Kenny gets aggressive. He'll get the defuse as well.
There it is. Oh my god, Kenny S. He plays that to perfection, doesn't he? Goes for all the no-scopes in the world, close range. In the end, it's the PD50 that finds him the final kill. Great work from him. Very calm in that procedure as well. You can see Mixwell doing great work. He's actually in that stable position as well. Actually, goes down to 1 HP, repositions at the correct time. Kenny S, though, calm as you like, manages to pull it off. And that all came down to Nafly, you know. He actually didn't get a kill towards the B side, but he kept 4 players. Almost 5, considering Happy was in the connector as well, towards that B side of the map. It gives OpTic an opportunity at least to win a round. To be fair, probably should have done, but sometimes Kenny S, he's just so stifling in those situations, making all the correct moves. And we go to round number 10, yes. Maximum loss bonus and the bomb going down means OpTic do get another 5, but it's never fully going to be enough for AWPs, which you haven't seen from OpTic as of yet. The round, though, they potentially should have taken away. Slips out of their grasp. And number 10 comes in. Same sort of default as we saw before. 2 players just gathering information towards long air. Nafly and Stanislaw get towards the end, but EnVyUs are happy with that. They've got Apex and Happy waiting for them, and Apex gets the first frag. Out of position, but manages to make it happen. Stanislaw takes it out in the end.
Watch Happy's position, though. Stan may find that frag, but is he going to be able to read the fact that there's someone close? Smartly, he's going to back away from that, whether it was an inkling or not. Sixer now that has to contest toward the drop. NBK's on 3 HP. Bomb going to be grabbed by Mixwell, and I think he'll fade back on this as they go down again. 8-1 Envy. Best chance in the last round, then Kenny steals it away from them again.
So good at the clutches.
Stan, mid-ramp, flashed up, Happy with a peek. Happy gets taken down, though, as he looks toward the low player. It's Rush that was high and in his face, comes back out, catches him off. MBK 3 HP, somehow not a shot hit by Rush in all of that as he slides in with the M4. And that could be enough to cost them, because that could have been a 2 versus 2. Now it's 3 players that Mixwell needs to find. And that means walking into exactly that. Kenny's set up with the AWP, cross covered off. And down he goes. And you raise a good point. Kenny's very good in the clutch situations. He's probably the best, if you want to talk about, you know, the argument that you made about still being the best AWP player in the world. He's the best AWP clutcher. How many other AWP players in those situations can you see winning that frequently?
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. We have the secondary tactical pause coming in from OpTic here. So yeah, you're right in terms of those close range flicks and just being calm as well. The thing is as well, what's so good about him, I've said it so many times, he's one of the best pistolers in terms of being an AWPer as well. Like, he's so sick with like the silenced USP, the P250 and the 5.7. He does such a good job at actually pulling the pistols out and actually using them in the clutches as well. We saw it in the previous round. He knows what weapons is going to be best in what scenario. As soon as he kills one of the AWP, pulls a pistol out, manages to find the low HP player as well. This has been rough for OpTic. And now, once again, another force by no bomb in the previous, so it's even weaker than before. They're getting desperate now. It's a T-sided map and only found one round so far. Not a single gun round, really. One force by in the third, that was it. So they get 2 kills, make it 1 now as Kenny S finds the first kill on Tarak. He can fall back, and they've got a Tech 9 and 2 AKs. This is not looking good after losing that first frag. Once again, Kenny S just tearing them to bits here.
Now fly. Tech 9, shot, can't get it. MBK is going to silence him quite quickly.
Right, this is looking poor.
C'est dans la nature de l'humanité de chercher à atteindre l'horizon.
Come down with this lead. Is this worth it? Is this good? We'll find out.
Well,
it's working so far.
It's working. Sixers got one. Nafly. Oh, he's gone as well. Definitely working now because they'll pick up that UMP. Happy's going to do a little dance out toward Long B with Tarek, and Tarek tries to go for the peak. He does prevail in the end with the M4, but it's 3-4. In terms of players remaining, Mixwell changes that. It's even now as he finds Sixer, but Kenny's immediately thereafter catches Mixwell off as well. It's 2 headshots from the UMP. Good money built up for the AWP player on the EnVyUs side as Tarek has to rotate all the way back through drop away from Long, cornered and pincered in. He's going to try desperation through the doorway, and that's going to get slammed in his face.
Well, you know what, Matt? I will do my best Moses impression and have a nice big fat slice of humble pie all over my face. They win the force by in the second round. That works.
That is an impression that I would not risk taking. I do not want to be immortalized with my own subreddit for eternity.
He did say the other day when we were like, I think we were out at a restaurant or something like that. He goes, yeah, well, everyone else got cream pie there, but I'm the only one who has my life ruined by it. You have to remember, Seminole got cream pie as well.
That's true, and no one even talks about it. Who was the third? It was Anders, wasn't it?
No, K-Sharp.
K-Sharp, that's right. That would have been a good one to meme.
Yeah.
But Moses is the one that get rid. It's because, you know, with all that on his head, he looked more like an egg than anyone else.
It's true. Anyway, the force buy from EnVyUs overall looking very successful there. Like I said, it was an interesting decision considering you get the bomb down in the pistol, and you obviously got this huge lead. You want to guarantee a round going forward. Most teams have AKs in the third, but EnVyUs, they don't play by the rules sometimes. They're going to be going in 12-5 here. The force buy return for OpTic. Tarek has an M4. And it's going to be Kenny S there looking for that first frag. He did spot Stanislaw, takes him down to 36 HP as well, so he'll be running away with his tail between his legs.
To the hills he goes. Now we'll have to sit and wait. Still flirting with a little bit of aggression toward the corner, but more importantly, it's Mixwell that's down at the bottom of middle. Flashes in. Sixer will clear out danger, and now that Molotov's going to push Mixwell out of position. Crosses over. They know he's close. Good flash to counter off their aggression, but they managed to get the bullet into his skull before he's got the peek and turn, and their vision was gone. So Tarek's got the only kill thus far on an M4. EnVyUs is doing the deed of walking toward the A site with a smoke off in the doorway as well. There's not going to be a potential to try and spray through that, catch them. Nafly backs away. They'll hear him going, won't chase him down, get the bomb plant first, and then I think just sit tight. EnVyUs can go to 13 rounds. No need to even give up weapons. Doesn't even matter what they've got. They're not going to have much in the next round, as Rush will at least save an M4.
Yeah,
that might be worth finding, but aside from that, not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think he's given that away either. He hasn't found a frag of it or taken any damage, so the terrorist's probably not aware he's got it. Probably not even worth hunting, but you know what? They're going to be doing it anyway. Happy with the Mac 10. Happy to look for a frag at this point. And it's going to be the SMG doing some damage here. Rush has been detected. Might not be able to save his M4 unless he goes absolutely wild here. There it is. He fires the headshot. And just Nafly remaining. He's in the chicken coop. Going to be dead soon. Finds 2. Okay, but unfortunately for him, this team have to be fully eco next round after the failed force buy.
Yeah, and they could afford it. I just didn't think that they would bother given, you know, where they sit in the game, but this actually works out reasonably well. They've got good money themselves. It does put them without a full buy in hand, which they would have had without chasing. But as you say, it's going to be a full eco for OpTic as a result.
And 14-5 at that point as well, so still pressure firmly applied to OpTic. After winning the pistol in the second half, hit a second round force by, shuts him down, and here we are. 1 PD50 purchased, and Naf, he's got a flashbang. I can't really tell you anything too interesting in terms of the setup. Going a little bit aggressive towards the A platform. Headshot towards Sixer, but he will respond with one of his own, and Kenny S joins the fun as well. 5-on-3, the remaining CTs towards the A side of the map as well. With the USPs only, that's pretty much round over. And who is it waiting for them? It's NBK towards the top of mid. Takes down Stanislaw, another battle as well. Finds 2 kills, takes some damage in return. But that's going to be it. Mixwell going to be hunted.
Ooh, MBK gets a headshot. Ooh. It impressed me. I liked it. 14-5. EnVyUs is, I would say, a shoe-in.
Yeah. I think at this point, this round will at least be indicative as to whether OpTic can stay alive here. If they lose it, I'm sorry, but that's going to be GG. If they win it, maybe we've got a bit more to go, a few more storylines. We'll see what happens. 5-4s, 1 kit, 5 smokes, no incendiaries. It's a difficult round for the CTs overall. Let's see what they can do with it. At this point, EnVyUs can afford to be a little bit reckless. Yep, flash through middle, 6 up. He's got a Mac 10. He's trying to hunt for intel here. Flashed in again. It's not good enough, not quite deep enough. Mixwell gets 1. Is the refrag going to come in from Apex? It is, but he takes a headshot in return.
Yeah, I was going to say it barely does. Happy, though, does catch Stanislaw out, who's waiting in turn because his teammate went down for the push at the top of middle and gets caught unaware behind, but it's Rush to pull that back. A shot into Apex will slow EnVyUs tremendously, in fact. Happy's on 9 HP as well, but Rush is going to be pushed from position by Molotov. Kenny with a good leg shot goes back to the Tech 9, and Naf's caught off. It's potentially map point, unless Tarek can shut them down. They're low enough that he might, but he puts himself very open position to Happy, who's over toward the stables, and now it will be 15-5.
That pretty much calls the GG, I'm afraid. They do have a 4th stage loss bonus, but on the CD side, that's not going to be enough. They have to buy at this point. It's going to be a mishmash of SMGs and maybe a couple of Famises there. Someone could go for a 5-7, so Tarek will be going for that. Max 7, not a bad shout on Cobble. But yeah, clutching at straws at this point, and they would have to win this round with 5 players alive to even have a chance going forward. Money's still so strong for EnVyUs, even if they lost this round, there just wouldn't be enough to buy into the next one for OpTic. So I think they know it's over. Try and see what you can do, hope for a miracle. But ultimately, EnVyUs now, it would just be an absolute miracle if they were to throw this away.
Kenny, not firmly fixed on the little broken ledge. You broke that, didn't you?
Yeah, a long time ago, didn't get fixed. You were supposed to do it.
Not really a handyman, am I?
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
That's going to be a boost up to drop, which you might find peculiar considering there's a staircase around the corner. The reason being is if anyone's boosted, they're expecting you to come from the left. If you pop out on the right, given the boost, you can catch them off. No one was boosted, so it won't matter. As Apex will go inside the site. Oh, perfect opportunity to catch Tarek, but it's missed. He doesn't know it. He was in the open momentarily as he flashed back in toward B long to support his teammates. And Apex, he will go. Rush down. Tarek responding. Swings out with the pistol. Gets a headshot as well. That's going to make a trade possible for Mixwell, but in the end, him and Naf both fall. Sixer and MBK come in from long position, and it's Kenny to close it out. Swift headshot as well. Why not? 16-5. The French side will pick up the win.
So the analysts were wrong. OpTic didn't win. We were right. We said EnVyUs were going to do it.
You're right, we did.
And they managed to do a very emphatic start as well. 16-5, never really broke a sweat there. Even after losing the pistol in the second half, they